it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. I have another Empties video for you guys today. Actually, I can't remember when it was the last time I filmed an Empties video. Let me just double check here. I guess it was about 6 months ago since I filmed my last Empties video, but keep in mind I have been off working for about it'd be closer to like 2 months now, just about, because I took August and September off. So yeah, it'd be closer to 2 months. So that's about 4 months, give or take, of the products that I've used up. Let's talk about some products that I used up and what I think of them. So the very first thing that I used up is a large one of these Isogel hand sanitizers. This is my favorite hand sanitizer to use in my nail salon. Where I live, the hand sanitizer that you use has to be higher than, I want to say 60% of alcohol. And so the Bath & Body Works ones, I used to use the Bath & Body Works ones, but I can't remember what they are, but I think they're only like, oh gosh, they're fairly low compared to this one. I want to say they're like 40% or something like that. So in order to pass a health inspection, you have to use a higher than whatever percentage, and the Bath & Body Works one is not that. So I use the Isogel. I just get this at Can West. I know Nail Innovations carries it as well. A lot of nail supply stores do carry this. This is like hospital grade sanitizer, so it's not like overly necessary to go to that extreme in your nail salon, but I don't know. I just like the peace of mind that that I'm using a really good hand sanitizer on my clients before we begin any service. I love this hand sanitizer. It's kind of silly to say, but it's kind of like a smoothing hand sanitizer. It's not like rough and gritty and bumpy like the Bath & Body Works ones are, and it's got kind of like a really light lemony smell to it. So I am a big fan of this hand sanitizer. I actually have like 3 of these upstairs now that I have a newborn. I've got one in her nursery, I've got one in like the living room, and then I've got like a really small one in her diaper bag as well. So and I usually just keep the containers and then I just like top them up or whatever with fresh sanitizer. I clean them out and then top them up. Anyway, I went through an entire one of these. I have 3 base preps to show you guys, and you've probably seen, I think you've seen 2 of them in my videos before. The first one is Can West, the base prep from Can West. This is the Can West brand. Now, I like this base prep. It's just not my favorite base prep. And I think the reason that I say that is because I find that it just doesn't dehydrate the nails as much as some of the other base preps that I've used. So the product that I use before any gel products and stuff get applied to my nails, it dehydrates the nails, it sanitizes the nails. I look for one that really dehydrates the nails, and I can see like right away that it's dehydrating them. I just find that those ones kind of work better for me in my services. So the Can West one is good. I have others that I prefer. One of them being the Light Elegance one. Now this is just a really tiny bottle that I got at a nail art workshop that I took. And I really like the Light Elegance base prep and nail cleaner and dehydrator. I find that it really dehydrates the nails really well. Actually, I really like the packaging. It's cute pink. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. My absolute favorite one is probably the Fusion one, though. I just find that dehydrates the nails the best. And also this next one that I'm going to show you as well. So the other one that I really like is the I&M base prep. Now the reason I like the I&M base prep is the packaging, because it's glass, and I also like the smell. And I've talked about this before in I think Empties videos before. It's got like a really light, I don't even know how, like almost like powdery, calming, soothing smell. Like it's got a really nice smell to it. Dehydrates the nails very well, and like I said, the glass bottle. So this is one of my favorites as well. Price point wise, the Fusion one is much better just because it is a cheaper price point, but if you kind of want to splurge and get something really nice for your base prep, the I&M one is a really nice one to use. Okay, so another thing that I went through, and I think I went through more than one of these, but I only saved one packaging to show you guys. I went through a few of the Light Elegance cleansing wipes. Now, I have talked about these in a few videos now. I talked about them in one of my favorites videos. I also talked about them in my recent Can West must-haves video. I freaking love these wipes. Now, these wipes are a little bit more expensive, actually quite a bit more expensive than any of the wipes that I've used before. However, I find that I have to use less of these wipes than I would like a cheaper brand. I like how thin the wipes are. I like how absorbent the wipes are. I like how they're like 100% completely lint free. Okay, so I do use 2 wipes in my nail salon. So I use the Light Elegance ones mostly for like any sort of gel services that I'm doing. Anything to do with gel, I use those wipes. So that whether it's like my gel nail art, whether it's like the gel service, whether it's like cleansing a gel nail after it's hardened, anything to do with gel, I use those wipes. Anything to do with kind of like either like acrylic painting or stamping or anything like that, I use these wipes. Okay, these are just Ducal Spall wipes. So they are not lint free. I do not find these to be lint free. But the reason that I like these is I find that one, using Light Elegance wipes for like nail art, you go through quite a few of them. I do anyway, for stamping or painting or anything like that. So it's just not like budget friendly to use these, because I think these cost like $2.50 a package, maybe $3 a package. These are fairly inexpensive. And I find that, especially when I do stamping, those wipes, I find the Light Elegance ones do not wipe off like a stamping plate very well. I don't know, and I feel like I have to like saturate the wipe, and then the wipe like wears down a lot faster, and it's just not budget friendly to use the Light Elegance wipes for nail art. So I do use these wipes. I'm sure I went through a few of these packages as well. I just didn't save any of them. But these are the wipes that I use for any of my stamping or nail art as well. The buffers that I used, again, I featured this in my Canvas must-haves video, are these little pink buffers, and I've had people ask me multiple times where I get these from. Little pink buffers I get from Canvas as well, and they are just by Danny Co, and they're like the silk line version of them or whatever. They come in a pack of 50, very budget friendly. I'm not entirely sure the cost on them, but I use one of these per client, just throw it out after. It's a really nice size in your hand to kind of just like quickly buff the nail. Absolutely love these wipes. I just wish that they came in different grits. This is 150 grits, and I wish that they came in like 180 or like over 200, like something that was just a little bit finer of a grit. But I do really like these buffers. I go through quite a few packages of these as well. The next thing I went through, I think just one roll, I only saved one roll, are these pink Nubar forms. These forms are probably my favorite forms for building square nails, I would have to say. But for square nails, the Nubar pink forms are some of my favorite. Reason being, they're super sticky. They've got like a really wide kind of base here, so it fits a whole bunch of nail shapes. If I need to cut these forms down to fit like a smaller or larger nail bed or anything like that, these forms are super easy to cut. Absolutely love these. The only thing is these forms like sell out like crazy, and I know that DK Beauty carries Nubar, at least they used to. It's been a long time since I've needed them because I stocked up on these at one time and I haven't gone through many of them, but mainly because I'm like, I try different forms and stuff, but I seem to always fall back on these ones, that's for sure. Anyway, they seem to sell out. I'm not sure if DK Beauty is carrying them anymore, and I believe I want to say that the swan nails, like ones that look like these, not the stiletto ones, are comparable to these ones. I have yet to play around with those ones too. So anyway, definitely love these. Went through an entire roll of them, but also keep in mind when I'm working on my clients, I'm not taking new clients, so I very rarely have to build like a full set. I really only use forms for fixes or if my clients want to switch nail shapes. But for the most part, I don't go through forms very often because I'm not building full sets and taking new clients. So that's another thing to keep in mind as to like why I'm only gone through one of them. Okay, let us move on to the actual like gels that I went up. So I have used a whole ton of Fusion products. So I went through 2 of my Fusion Griptions. So this is the primer that I use. It is a UV cured primer. Absolutely love this primer. It's like hands down one of my favorite ones that I have tried. Reason being is when I switched to Fusion, a lot of my lifting issues went away. So the formula of Fusion I find really helps adhere to the nails compared to a lot of other primers that I've used out on the market. So definitely will be replacing my Fusion ones. Love this primer. I've got a few others that I'm testing out right now to see how I like them. I'm very curious to try out the new Light Elegance one that kind of launched not too long ago here, but definitely love this primer. I went through one of my Amore bonders. If you've kept up with my Empties videos, you know that this is my favorite gel for sculpting a nail. Reason being, I prefer a runny consistency when I'm sculpting. I just find a more runny consistency just way easier to use in my personal opinion. I can sculpt with my Amore bonder really easy because it's runny, and also I can create a really thin extension with this. gel, but it's super, super strong. So absolutely love Amore Bonder. I cannot say enough good things about the Amore Bonder for sculpting nails. Out of everything that I've tried, I always go back to my Amore Bonder. I just find it so easy. So I only went through one Fusion clear base. Now, if I'm building a full set, after I've done my primer, I will just immediately go in straight with my Amore Bonder and sculpt out my nails. If I am just refilling my client's work, I don't use Amore Bonder. I use my Fusion description, and then I move straight to my clear base, and then I go into my color gels and whatnot there. So I use my clear base quite a bit more than I would use my Amore Bonder because I hardly sculpt full sets anymore. But I only went through one in 4 months. So that's nice. It tells you how often I use this, and this is a 50-gram jar. Now, my Fusion 2.5, which is like my favorite gel of life. I absolutely love my Fusion 2.5. I went through 3 of the 50 grams, and then I went through 2 of the 2.5 grams. So that gives you kind of an idea of how many of these I go through if I'm working on a full-time basis. Take anywhere from 15 clients to maybe just under 25 clients depending on the week. And for me, that's like perfect. Like that's like a really good number for me. I'm still able to film my videos. I'm still able to do everything else that I want and have a life outside of nail work. So for me, that's ideal. So for working with that sort of client load, that gives you an idea of how many gels that I go through on a regular basis when I'm working full time. But yes, absolutely love 2.5. 100% will be like repurchasing it and keeping it in my nail salon. My only thing is I do love Light Elegance as well. I'm really, really liking using Light Elegance too. So I'm kind of torn on like what to use more often on my clients. I keep both of them in stock and I kind of just see how I feel throughout the day. But Fusion is like one of my favorites. I absolutely love the Fusion line. Okay, let's talk about top glosses here. So I have the Elite Power Seal Top Gloss. Now, the reason this is in my Empties video is not because I've used it up. The reason it's in my Empties video is because I'm going to throw it out. That's not to say that it's like a bad top gloss. The reason I bought this top gloss, the Power Seal Top Gloss is supposed to seal over top of acrylic paint better than the Crystal Shine that I usually use. What I don't particularly like or love about it is the fact that it's a really thick top gloss to use. I don't know, I just don't care for the formula of this top gloss. I just find it a lot more thick compared to the Crystal Shine. As far as sealing over paints go, I find that if I do 2 coats of the Elite Crystal Shine, that seals over it just fine. And I honestly, it's been so long since I've used this Power Seal because I don't like the formula of it and how thick it is. I honestly don't even remember if it's sealed over paint well. I seriously cannot even remember. So that's the reason it's in my Empties video, is just because it's getting thrown out. And so I went through 3 Crystal Shines. This is the Elite Crystal Shine Top Gloss. You guys know how much I love the Elite Crystal Shine Top Gloss. I've been using it for years. I featured it in tons of Empties videos. It's just a really, really, really good top gloss. The only reason I'm not repurchasing this is because I have a new favorite. This is my new favorite, and I've definitely featured this in favorites videos before, and this is the Ugly Duckling UV No Wipe Top Gloss. Absolutely love this top gloss. Love the packaging because it's cute, but also because it's like a heavy packaging, so I don't have to worry about once it gets empty, like maybe it tipping over or anything like that. Absolutely love this top gloss. This is what I will be purchasing from now on. Elite Crystal Shine is a really good top gloss as well, but Can West carries this, and that's where I get the majority of my products from. So that's why I prefer to use the Ugly Duckling, and it's also a really good top gloss. Okay, another top gloss that I went through is a Gel 2 Radiant Mirror Finish. I have featured this in a favorites video before too. This is a really good no cleanse top gloss too. I find it to be really, really shiny once the service is done. But I find by the time my clients come in for their fills that this is worn off more than the Elite Crystal Shine and more than the Ugly Duckling. So definitely 100% prefer using both of those other top glosses to this Gel 2, but it is a good top gloss until it wears off, I guess. Okay, let's move on to some tools now. So I went through 2 of my LCN NA1 ProTech NA1 brush. I always say that wrong. Anyway, I went through 2 of them. Now, these used to be my favorite gel brush for like applying like clear base gels, but I do have a new favorite, and if you've kept up with my favorites videos, it's gonna come as no surprise what that brush is. However, I do kind of like recycle my brushes, so they go from like a gel brush to a color brush to a glitter brush is kind of how they go. So once they become a glitter brush, that's like the end of my brush's life, and once they start like super fraying and stuff and kind of getting all gunky and full of different glitters and they just don't work as well, that's when I put them in one of these videos and share them with you guys. So I actually went through 2 of these brushes in the last like the 4 months that I was working. But again, they were glitter brushes. And I think it wasn't so much that I went through 2 of them, I was just kind of like ready to like get rid of them, like just move on from this style of brush, because I've been using this brush for like a really long time. So the fact that I've like found a new favorite just tells you guys how much I love the new brush. If you're wondering what brush I do use for my base like clear gels and stuff, it is the Swan gel brush. This brush has replaced my LCN brush. The heads are actually not very similar, which is kind of surprising that I lean towards the Swan nails brush so much. But these are what the heads look like on this brush. So you can tell that the Swan nails brush is a little bit bigger. It's actually a little bit more flat, but I find that I can manipulate the gel quite a bit better with it. And actually you can see down the barrel there, hopefully, that the Swan nails brush is a lot thinner. So I find that it just manipulates the gel a little bit more easy for me. I also like, obviously, love the packaging of the Swan nails brush, and I love how heavy it is. I find that I get like a really good grip on this brush when I'm using it. So this is my new favorite gel brush, and in all honesty, guys, I used to go through quite a few of these brushes. Like I think I would replace an LCN brush probably like once a month with my clear gels. Just because I use isopropyl alcohol, it does wear down the bristles quite a bit. I cannot say that with this brush. I have been using this brush since, I want to say the CNTC back in April, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. Like I have not gone through another brush. The only reason I have another Swan nails brush is because I like to use one to like clean up lines and stuff. So I keep one for like my clear gels, and then I keep one to clean up color and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely have not gone through this brush as much as I used to go through my LCN ones. So that maybe tells you something as well there. Okay, this is kind of strange to show you guys, but I will consider it a tool. So I am throwing out these little pump bottles. Now I got these pump bottles at the CNTC last year, not the one that just passed, but the one before. And I bought these because they're pink. Like if I'm going to be all 100% honest with you, I bought these because they're pink. I have new favorite pump bottles. If you've kept up with my videos, then you know what those are. These are my new favorite pump bottles. They're pink, so that's a bonus right there. But I also find that with these old ones, and this will better explain it, with this little top here, by the time, like, they were really good at first when I started using them. As I kept using them and kept kind of like wearing them in or whatnot, I would find that like my alcohol would start to pool under here, and it was hard to like get it out. Like it started to become such a waste for me to like use these pumps, because it just wasn't working very well for me anymore because it kept pooling underneath here. So and I also find these pump bottles do not hold as much as these pink ones, so I was replacing my liquid a lot more quickly on these, especially my alcohol, because I use it so much. I also find that like they don't really close very well after a while of using them. They got super gunky, which I'm sure this one will too, but I just don't care for these pump bottles anymore. So I definitely will not be repurchasing these ones. I just personally don't prefer them. So I'm throwing all 3 of mine out that I have, and I've replaced all of my pump bottles in my nail salon with these pink ones. Both of these pump bottles are available from Canada Nail Supply, but in my personal opinion, this is the one that I would gravitate more towards. It comes in pink, and it also comes in white too. So if you're not like a pink girl or anything like that, they definitely comes in white as well. These are super cute packaging on them as well. They're just, I don't know, they're so like just cute to put in your nail salon. I absolutely love these. Featured these in favorites videos before too. If I feel the need to get more of these, I will definitely repurchase these. These are my favorite pump bottles, so had to share that with you guys too. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to share with you before I move on to my nail art stuff, which is like kind of the more fun stuff. I went through a Star Nail cuticle oil as well. There's still some in there, but it's kind of hard to get it out. I cannot for the life of me remember what scent this was. I want to say it was cranberry. I'm pretty sure it was cranberry, but I loved this cuticle oil mainly because of the scent. But it's also a really good cuticle oil too, and I love the packaging of this. I love when cuticle oils come in like glass packaging. I love the dropper, which is a lot more sanitary than like say a brush. I really, really liked this cuticle oil. The only reason I won't be repurchasing it is because I have a cuticle oil that I like more. I want to say I might have featured both of these in videos before, but I absolutely love the Light Elegance cuticle oil. It smells like a spa, which is the main reason that I love it. So this is the one that I'll definitely be repurchasing. And I also really like the Extreme Nail cuticle oil as well. Again, because of the smell. Oh my gosh, like this one just smells so good. This is the peach one, and it smells amazing. And I do love, like, both of these come in very similar packaging, that glass, and they have the dropper, which is one thing that I like. Light Elegance cuticle oil, it just has like a little end like that, so it's still very sanitary as well. So these are the cuticle oils that I have to use in my nail salon, so I won't be repurchasing the Star Nail one. I did like the Star Nail one, but I think I'm going to stick with one of these just because I have to use them up or whatnot. But I don't think you can actually go wrong with any of those 3 cuticle oils, that's for sure. Okay, let's move on to some nail art that I used up. A couple nail art tools that I used up. I went through 2 of just like, these are just plain nail clippers. They're seriously nothing fancy, but I use these to remove crystals, and I buy like the cheapest ones I possibly can, and once they wear out, I just kind of throw them in this video and throw them out. So we'll definitely be repurchasing more nail clippers, and all I do when I'm ready to remove crystals is I just nip them off with these. I find these a little bit, I think I find cuticle nippers work a lot better than these. Yeah, I just find these significantly cheaper to use and carry in order to nip off crystals than I do cuticle nippers. So that is why I use these, and I definitely will be repurchasing more of them. I'm also going to toss out my Conad stamping tray. This thing I have had since I started, so that was like 7 years ago. You can see that it's just like a right hot mess there. Honestly, it's just kind of like there's no reason for me to toss this out. I could easily clean this up, but I did purchase another one, and I've been using this one, and I find that, like, I guess it is kind of like a little bit worn down on the side where you scrape. So over here where I scrape, it is a lot more worn down than the new one. But I just saw this in a nail supply store one day, and I was just like, you know what, I am getting rid of my old one, and I'm just gonna keep this one. So that's the only reason. I can't even really justify getting a new one. I just really wanted a new one, so I'm gonna toss this one out. And I use these all the time. I know you can like easily just like, this isn't a necessity for stamping, but I find it works really well. You just kind of place your stamping plate on here, and then it gives you like a little bit of a base to scrape on. Keeps your desk a little bit cleaner, but I prefer using this. Whenever I use my round plates or even some of my like square plates and stuff, I always reach for this. Maybe it's habit, I don't know. I love my little Conad plate holder. I will continue to always use this. Okay, so I went through one of my Elite brush-on resins, which is the crystal glue that I use. So if you watch my crystal video, this is the resin that I use. I will 100% continue to repurchase this. It is like my favorite crystal glue. It dries super, super quick, so you have to be fast when you're working with it, but it holds your crystals so well. It also holds like bigger crystals. It holds like 3D. It's an amazing resin to use with any of your 3D embellishments that you put on your clients' nails. Absolutely love this stuff. 100% will be repurchasing it. Okay, so some stamping polishes that I went through. Actually, I went through quite a few. I went through one of my Conad blacks. I went through one of my Conad whites, which are my favorite black and white stamping polishes to use. I feature these at least in every single Empties video. I get these from the Beauty Depot, but you can also get them from Nail Polish Canada, which I've got before, which I think is free shipping over $25. So I usually just get like 3 or 4 of these, and then it's free shipping. But I absolutely love these stamping polishes for the black and white. I think I've tested out the Moyu USA's polishes for stamping as well. They're comparable to these ones, so I think I stock up on these, so I have a whole bunch to use up in my collection here. But I love these, the black and white one for stamping, and will definitely continue to repurchase them. Okay, and I went through a Sally Hansen Insta Dry, and this is called Pink Fast. This is an amazing pink for stamping. If you can find this nail polish in Pink Fast, 100% let me know, because I have been on the hunt for this nail polish ever since I used it up. I cannot find it where I live. It is an amazing pink for stamping. It gives such like a really pretty pretty, almost like metallic looking stamp. Oh, it's just amazing, amazing pink for stamping. So if you guys can find this, comment below and let me know where. Maybe I should check eBay or something, but this is an amazing pink for stamping. So if I can find it, I will repurchase it. Another one that I went through is my Essie Penny Talk, which is my rose gold stamping polish of life. Absolutely love Essie's Penny Talk if you want like a rose gold polish for stamping. It pairs so nicely with any rose gold gels that I have, any rose gold crystals. It is just an amazing, amazing color for stamping. Yeah, so I went through one of my early instant artists in black. This is my favorite painting for like zebra print, leopard print, anything. I have featured my Orly Instant Artists in multiple favorites videos before. I've heard that they're being discontinued, so I definitely need to look into like stocking up on these. Just the black and the white are what I go through quite frequently, more the black than anything. But I will always carry this in my salon, as long as it's available anyway. Absolutely love this for painting and any sort of nail art, so I went through one of those. Okay, and the last couple of items that I have to share with you guys are some gels, and I only have 2 of them this time. So I went through one of my Light Elegance black ties, which is my favorite black of life. Absolutely love Light Elegance's black tie. It cures really nicely. It kind of looks like liquid leather on the nails. Yeah, it doesn't run. I love this black. If I'm going to use any like black on my clients' nails, if they ever request it, this is the one that I use. Make sure you are stocked up for Halloween here coming up. But yes, I will 100% be repurchasing it. Pretty sure I've got 2 or 3 in my collection already. And then the last one that I went through is my Amore Rose Gold. So I guess I used up 2 rose gold items because my clients have been on such a rose gold kick since Amore Rose Gold came out, I think last December. But this is what Amore Rose Gold looks like. Featured it in favorites videos. If you follow any of my work online, you've seen this in many pictures. The only reason I won't be repurchasing it is because Light Elegance's French press is very, very, very similar. If you've watched my fall review video, they're very, very comparable. My clients, if I give them a choice between the 2 of them, it's really difficult for them to pick. They're very, very comparable, but I have French press. So, and I actually think I have a backup of this too. So I won't be repurchasing it at least until I like run out of like either one of those, but I think it's going to take me a little bit not working here so much. But 100% those 2 are like my favorite rose gold glitter gels of life. So if you don't have a good rose gold glitter gel in your collection, you definitely need to get one. Whether it's the Amore or the Light Elegance. Yeah, so I think that was everything that I wanted to share with you guys in this Empties video. So comment below and let me know what you've used up in the last little bit in your nail salon. What your favorite products were. Would you repurchase them? Would you not? Typically, if I have used up a product, that means that I liked it well enough to probably repurchase it again. But I did share with you guys some items that I wasn't really like a huge fan of, and that I wouldn't repurchase again. So make sure you're following all of my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!